Hi, good afternoon. It's September 19th. The wind is blowing. It's puffy, beautiful blue skies here. It's in the 50s in the greenhouse. It's nice and toasty. So we'll just take a little tour here. This is a little tiny miniature bed I put in just for the pleasure of flowers. I think I'm going to do a lot more flowers next year. The zinnias that are from Baker Creek and the blue flowers, I'm not actually sure what those are, and the marigolds they're all from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree package. I just germinated them. I actually put the seeds right on the ground, raked them in, and look what they did. So it's awesome. So I had some older zinnia seeds, and I didn't want them to wait till next year, so I put them in the ground like a month and a half ago, the 1st of August. So yeah, a month and a half ago, and they're doing awesome. I have had to give them water. I put them in here. I keep picking them. They're been blooming, and then when their heads get stiff, let's see if we can show that. See, this is stiff. It's not flopping back and forth. You can pick it. There's some Cosmos, flossy lace Cosmos, or candy lace, I think it is. This area here wasn't as good, as prolific as the others, but that's probably because there's a little bit too much wood in that compost. We've got some lettuce. This is a whole new bed. This is some lettuce here. There's actually still some more lettuce. Green beans, a new set of green beans coming up. A little bit of cucumber. Some more green beans that are just, these ones were late. I put them in late on purpose. And so those are just coming in. And I would say this weekend we'll probably have green beans because there's a lot of buds on these underneath. The lavender did amazing. My tomatoes are at the end of their life cycle here. They have been just super productive. I've just given out tons of them. The sunflowers have been all volunteers. God put them in for me. I have had so many beautiful birds come in. Yellow chickadees. I've had just little blackbirds. I just had tons of birds come in, and they just like they're having a little party. So that's been really fun. I will have to take that down and mulch it up for my compost bin. The trellis I cannot recommend enough for growing green beans on. I love it. I grew cucumbers on it, and then one of the squashes decided, the butternut squash, wanted to grow here. And it's just been fantastic for growing on. I highly recommend it. I just get a stool to reach up if it gets a little bit tall for me. I think I'm going to put in more hog panels or cattle panels in because I like that. I think I'm going to rearrange my garden a little bit next year and be a little bit more selective of what I'm putting in. The cabbage did, not cabbage, I'm sorry, Brussels sprouts did come up after they were ate a bazillion times by the woodchucks, but I'm not sure if we're going to actually get Brussels sprouts. There are some on the big ones, but they really got ate on. It was a hard time for them to recover in the heat. There's carrots planted underneath, and we just keep coming out and picking some here and there. All the nasturtiums have been on their own terms. They all just reseed. We've had beautiful cabbage. We've had green onions. I have more basil going in because we typically in zone 5B, 6A, we don't usually frost to around October 13th or so, give or take a little bit. So I'm like, I have these, they're already germinated, let's put them in and see what happens. You just kind of have to take the risk. I have not weeded this garden in, oh my goodness, probably a month. So what you see is what you get. I have a lot of other obligations in between. But the cilantro is going to seed, but I have so many seeds that's going to go into the compost bin. I want to get it hot again. We have more lettuce from my lettuce bags. I got more lettuce coming in. We actually could use a little bit of rain. We had a little bit last night, but we need more. Lemon basil. I don't know if you've ever grown lemon basil, but I highly recommend lemon basil. It's just delicious. There is zucchinis, butternut. Those are acorn squash and zucchinis. let's see, going on. This is from Baker Creek, and it's leaf basil lettuce. So it is not just basil, it's leaf basil lettuce. So you can put in a sandwich. I've been growing that. That's been very, very good in the heat. I've been very impressed with it. New lettuce going in. I don't know if you can see it, but lettuce likes the cold, so it's okay. We have a lot of Swiss chard here. My Swiss chard just loves this area. And then I had someone come and I sold them some Swiss chard. That was really full. I gave them a whole bag full of lettuce that they purchased. And let's see here. What else is going on? Compost bin. I have done compost dirt at least twice this year off of it. I've got it all. I'm cleaning out the compost, shifting things around to put it on my garden. The berries have finally taken off, and it's after the season. So, and then down here is all our winter squashes, and those are coming to an end, and I'll be harvesting them too. And I'm going to redo this area down here. We have a lot of extra dirt right now, so I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to start dumping some dirt in this area and leveling it up. There's some dips that you can twist yourself in, and so I don't like that. And I'm going to really feed the asparagus. So there's a lot going on out here, and since we have these glorious days, I'm trying to take advantage of it as much as possible. So it's just been, it's been a great garden season. And I just harvested yesterday some acorn squash. So my husband loves acorn squashes. So those are going to go in. I got tons of delicata. I got too big. You know when you see the video or something, you get this little tiny zucchini. You're like, tomorrow I'll pick it, and the next day it's too big. That's going in the freezer. It'll make great zucchini bread. So I still have these plants to put in, but we're going to do some rearranging. So I'm just going to show this a little bit. We've had an issue trying to find a place to put our berries. So this is what we call the mushroom hut, and that's going to get moved over into this area here, because in the summertime there's a lot of shade here, and we're not getting shade because these trees died, so we have to do something with those. So we're going to put, somehow we're going to put the change the layout and put the mushroom hut over here, and then this is going to become a berry patch. And I think I'm going to wood chip all the way around the greenhouse at this point. I started wood chipping it so you can see a little bit at a time, because sometimes you just have to eat the elephant one little bit at a time. That's what you have to do. And so that's what I'm doing. So I had breakfast in here this morning, and it was cold. This morning was 48, so it was cold out, but it's warm now and it's beautiful. So that's what's going on with the garden, and I thank you for stopping by, and as always, happy gardening.